2005, triple play. First is always evolving, and all of a sudden we found ourselves with 3 robots on the lines, meant 6 robots on the field, meant things got very crowded.
Yep,
right
same
away.
size field, 2 more robots in the competition.
And yet again, we built a crazy robot that turned out to be too many degrees of freedom because it could bend and move, and we were stacking these giant tetrahedrons. And yet we found a driver that could drive this thing and knew how to get this robot to do a thing. And so it was very effective. However,
We lost one. And unfortunately, the one we lost was our driver. We made it all the way to Atlanta again for the national championships. And unfortunately, our driver had a prior commitment. And he came down with us and competed with us for the first 2 days of the competition. And we were, in fact, sitting once again very well within our division.
first at the time.
First at the time, and then he had to leave.
But he had to leave for good reason. So,
I think so.
We have founded this team to be welcoming to all people,
Yeah,
athletes and players and engineers and people that have all kinds of other things going on in their lives. And I think it's really important and has been keeping us going by being flexible, and where other sports and teams say, you have to be at our practices. We're like, come when you want.
Come when you can.
And can. And
Yeah.
more than not, these students will participate and put more time in here than they could ever imagine.
Well, and I think one of the other things that we developed at about this time in the program was the idea that this was going to be a student-driven activity.
Absolutely.
That there are many teams where adults play a pivotal role in not just the design and fabrication of the robot, but the actual running of the team in competition.
Right.
In our first year, we had an adult coach. You coached the first
Right.
year. But after that, we decided that the coach position was actually one of the critical roles that led to the maximum learning opportunity for kids. And so subsequent to that first year, we've always had a student driver, student operator, but we've also always had a student coach.
Right.
And I think that's a sort of a hallmark of our program, that this is going to be a student-driven activity.
It didn't come without some controversy. A lot of the adult mentors who liked being adult mentors gave us a lot of heat because what if these kids make a mistake? And we're like, what? They're supposed to make mistakes. That's what this is all
That's
about.
where they learn best.
I think if Peter and I had to, and I'll speak for us both, but if we had to win to feel good about what we do, we would have been out of this a long time ago. So.
Yeah, we had some great lean years.
Yes,
We've
we
also
did.
had some great successes, primarily as a result of making the kids the pivotal point in this program.
So it was quite a year. We didn't quite finish the way we had hoped, and that robot's not around, which is kind of funny. But it was.
It was ugly.
But it also let people know that we weren't afraid to waver from, 4 wheels and a basic chassis, that we were always going to think outside the box and push the envelope and try different designs. And it's been really a wonderful way to be different, be unique, and be on a winning course.
Yeah, I think that you can't be a champion, a national or world champion, unless you're willing to break the mold every year.